This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, to do more good, the Red Cross needs more volunteers. See what you can do next. Hi everyone, this is FYI and I'm Ken Kara. Thank you so much for watching us on SSPTV and SSPTV.com. And we start this Monday with headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Officers from several local police departments and troopers from the Pennsylvania State Police surrounded a home in Hazleton on Sunday morning. Around 9 a.m., 39-year-old Edward Brasky sent a text to Luzerne County 911 saying he was abducted. Police then responded to 1209 South Pine Street in the city. According to the Standard Speaker, Brasky says he was lured from his home on Broad Street in Hazel Township at knife point. Hazleton police got Brasky out of the home along with 5 others who were taken to the State Police Barracks in West Hazleton to be questioned. Police from West Hazleton, McAdoo, Rice Township, Freeland, Cunningham, and Butler Township assisted. Police blocked off part of Pine Street that was affected and Bennett Court until the house was cleared. 2 cars were towed from the scene as well. The investigation is continuing as they look into this incident in Hazleton. In West Penn Township, police are investigating an attempted murder-suicide. Police say 53-year-old Michael Mindock III shot his wife in the back and then turned the gun on himself and shot himself in the head. 56-year-old Bridget Mindock, Michael's wife, was the victim, and she was released from Lehigh Valley Hospital Cedar Crest on Sunday. Michael was in an intensive care unit at St. Luke's University Hospital in Bethlehem Sunday afternoon. Police arrived at a home at 687 Arrow Avenue in the township around 9 p.m. on Saturday night. West Penn Township police were helped by Tamaqua and Rush Township police, plus troopers from the state police at Frackville. 2 helicopters were used, Penn Star 5 and Medevac 4. Ambulance crews from Tamaqua, New Ringgold were also on the scene, along with the West Penn Township Fire Department. No charges have been filed yet as the investigation continues. We have 2 newsmakers on Monday as our Lisa Sugart sits down with 2 members of the Red Cross to talk about the importance of volunteers.
If you've ever been in need, you could always count on the wonderful services provided by the American Red Cross. But did you know those services aren't available unless there are wonderful volunteers making all of it happen? And here to tell us how you can help be a part of that team of volunteers today, we have 2 great people from the American Red Cross, our good friends, Dave Skutnick, Regional Communications Manager for the Red Cross, and Bill Goldsworthy, who is the Executive Director for Northeast PA's Red Cross. Bill, volunteers, they're the lifeline of the American Red Cross.
We don't operate without volunteers. Volunteers make up, well, just for example, here in Hazleton, we have a chapter house here in Hazleton that is open every day, Monday through Friday, by volunteers from 8 to 5 every day. It's run by volunteers. That's all we have there. Volunteers make up the lifeblood of the Red Cross. In Hazleton, we have about 52 right now active volunteers, and we're looking for more.
And sadly, you've had some serious problems, some fires in the area and that, so it's very taxing. You need people to come out and help.
Yes, we do. And people sometimes get a misconception about volunteering because they see Red Cross at disasters in California, at wildfires and floods and tornadoes in Alabama or wherever. If you want to volunteer just locally, you can stay locally. You don't have to volunteer to go in other areas. And that's a little misconception that people have. And we have so many other avenues to volunteer. You could volunteer just to be in the chapter house and do paperwork for us. You can volunteer at blood drives, do a registration table at a blood drive. You could volunteer in the communications area, just go out and speak about the Red Cross to the Rotary Club or other organizations. We have a lot of avenues for volunteers. And in particular, right now in the Hazleton area, we do have a specific need for bilingual volunteers. We count right now on the police and firemen to help us at a fire in the evening. But we need those type of bilingual volunteers in all other aspects of volunteering for the Red Cross.
I would think that's crucial. You get there, you're willing to help, but if you can't communicate, then it's really difficult.
Yes, it really is. And like I said, we're fortunate with the fire and police. We work hand in hand with them very close, and they've been helping us out in that aspect right now. So please volunteer. We could use you. If you have an hour a week, 2 hours a week, 2 hours a day, we'll take any time you can give us.
Great organization. So many people out there looking, especially maybe if they're retired or something like that, or even the young kids, they need volunteer hours and stuff like that too. So when people are looking for an organization or a cause, American Red Cross, definitely a place.
That's right. The volunteers come in all shapes and sizes, age, young and old as well. And we have several retirees who, want to do something to keep busy, to still keep at it. And there are some wonderful volunteers that we have in our Hazleton office. And like I said, if that's what you want to do, you can. There's always paperwork and office work and phone calls to be made for the Red Cross. Bill mentioned speaking to community groups, even doing things like this, spreading the good word about the Red Cross and all the things that we do. We have something called the Pillowcase Project, where we go into area schools and present a safety program information to kids. We're always looking for volunteer presenters to go out in the schools and do that. So maybe some of you school teachers out there who have retired and want to kind of get back and give back in the classroom just every once in a while, maybe the Pillowcase Project is something for you. So give us a call right here in our West Hazleton office, and we'd love to have you on board as a volunteer.
And what is the number they call, Dave?
That's 570-455-9517, and that's our West Hazleton location right there on Route 93.
All right. Well, we couldn't live without these guys and the many volunteers of the American Red Cross, so please help them become a volunteer today.
Thanks, Lisa. Quick correction before we go to break. In our first story, where a man said he was abducted, the residence that the police surrounded was 209 South Pine Street, not 1209 South Pine Street. Well, after this break, FYI will be back with our weekly women's fitness segment, the weather, and some legal advice. And in sports, we have another new #1 sitting on top of the high school football Cole scale. Stay tuned for that and some football highlights.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It's Monday. I'm Christy. Welcome back to Core Fitness and welcome to our Diva Room. I feel like everybody should see it in here at least once just because it's so pretty. So today I'm going to talk to you about something I hear a lot, which is I don't have time to exercise. So I want to give you a little bit of a boost so that you really don't have an excuse, and that's how to pack the perfect gym bag and keep it in your car so that you can pretty much exercise wherever and whenever you want. So your essentials are as follows. Your nice gym bag, okay, could be anything, could be a cloth shopping bag for all it's worth. You need a pair of sneakers, of course, so that you can even strap those on at any time with a pair of socks. Those can stay in your bag all the time, okay? Along with that, if you want, you have the option of keeping an exercise outfit, but I do encourage you that if you do change out of your work clothes, if you're doing this on your lunch hour, that after work you take these out into the house and wash them. Otherwise, you're just gonna have kind of a stinky mess. For your workout, you will need a set of headphones and, of course, your phone. Everybody's got a phone. Everybody's always on it, and you want some music to listen to, or you want a timer. So your headphones and your phone are always with you in your gym bag. Bottle of water to stay hydrated. And so that's pretty much it for your workout. If you want, you can throw an optional jump rope in there, a yoga mat, so maybe you can take it to the park and do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of yoga. And for post-workout, we have, for you ladies, we have your makeup wipes. You really want to cleanse your skin and take care of your skin. It is the biggest organ in your body, so you get that exercise in and you wipe your face down. Then, of course, we had such a great workout, so we have our deodorant. Nobody wants you coming back to work after you've done a good workout on your lunch hour. So you have your deodorant, and then right after that, we've got your little bit of a snack. These are always nice because they're prepackaged. This is just a 100-calorie pack of almonds. You could be a protein bar. It could be a yogurt, but just don't leave it in there overnight. Any sort of fruit that's portable, that's great. And also, I keep in mind, just to freshen up, a little bottle of dry shampoo for you ladies. It kind of absorbs the oil in your hair. You can throw your hair back up in a bun, and you're ready to go. So now you have no excuses. It's not a lot. You just have the perfect gym bag right there. Okay, so no excuses. Get your time in, get your workout in. You want to aim for 60 minutes, so you can break that up between exercises, and you can do that 3 to 5 times a week. Good luck. See you next Monday.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
I only saw a few clouds in the sky today, and you're looking at one of them. Not a bad Monday at all. Here's our local weather forecast now from the National Weather Service. Tonight will be cool, mostly clear with a low around 46 with a calm wind. On Tuesday, we'll get mostly sunny skies with a high near 66. And on Tuesday night, we're back down in the upper 40s, mostly cloudy with a low around 49. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 63. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low of 44. Thursday will be mostly sunny, high in the lower 60s. Thursday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 47. On Friday, there's a 50% chance of showers after 8 a.m., high of 62 degrees. And then Friday night, 40% chance of showers. Our low will be 48 degrees. As we move on to our Pennsylvania lottery numbers right now here on FYI, midday winning numbers: pick 2, 3, 7, pick 3, 8, 9, 1, pick 4, 8, 5, 9, 2, and pick 5, 1, 5, 0, 5, 9. And your lottery numbers on FYI are brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency, and they have 2 locations to serve you, one in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue and the other one in Nescapec on Broad Street. Call Boyer Insurance in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescapec at 570-752-7683. Sports after this break, Law Talk right now.
Hello again and welcome to Law Talk. Today we're going to talk about another part of our auto insurance coverage. It's a very important part, a part that you don't have to buy, a part that you're not required to buy by law, but it's a part of the coverage that we think is very important, and that is uninsured motorist coverage and underinsured motorist coverage, and Alexis will tell you about that.
Uninsured and underinsurance coverage is not mandated by Pennsylvania law. So if you're filling out your insurance paperwork, you're looking to get insurance for a vehicle, you're not mandated to get the un or underinsurance coverage. We strongly advise our clients to get the un and underinsurance coverage for several reasons. One being individuals. We have deadbeat drivers, for example. You have a driver who wants to get a vehicle, wants to get their registration, they have car insurance, and then a couple months later they decide not to pay the premiums. Therefore, they become uninsured. If you're hit by an uninsured driver and you don't have uninsured coverage, then there's no remedy for you. There's no claim that you can take for recovery regarding that accident. For underinsurance coverage, if you're struck by somebody who has the minimal coverage, which would be $15,000, and you have significant injuries, then you're also in a tight spot, because if you don't have underinsurance coverage, you're not able to make a claim for additional recovery. And in Pennsylvania, the law says that $15,000 is the minimum coverage that one needs to have in order to be an insured driver on the road. Having said that, if you're struck by somebody who has minimal coverage, that being $15,000, you have significant injuries, you have significant economic losses in the form of wage loss, you're not able to make a claim for recovery of that with your own insurance if you don't have the underinsurance coverage. So it's important to have both un and underinsurance coverage as part of your insurance policy when you're looking at those options.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
After a rainy Week 5, half of the high school football regular season is in the books. The Big HA got to the halfway point at Pittston area, and the Cougars were clicking on both sides of the ball in their victory over the Patriots. Here's our John Eric Polai.
Hazleton area traveled to a wet and soggy Pittston area and tried to ruin the Patriots' homecoming, and they succeeded. Adrian Otero had himself a game, as you see him breaking through for a big gain. Then Otero shows you why he's one of the best runners in the Wyoming Valley Conference this year, as he steamrolls and carries players with him to gain a couple 2-3 extra yards. Then 1st and goal from the 3, who are you going to call? Obviously you're going to call Otero, as he punches it into the end zone to put the Cougars on the board. Then in the second quarter, Otero shows why he should be the 5th person in the Fantastic Four, as he shows he has more than just super strength, but he also has super speed, as he flies into the end zone for a 43-yard touchdown. If anyone had a better game than Otero, it may have been the Cougars' defense. The Pittston area offense had no answer on Friday, as Hazleton had 2 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, a pick 6, and pitched a shutout. Now the Cougars find themselves back in the win column, improving to 2-3 on the year with the 47-0 blowout victory. For FYI Sports, I'm John Eric Poli.
Thanks a lot, John, and great use of a couple, 2, 3. So what does it all mean where we live? You have to go to the mines to sort it all out. Here's the Week 5 FYI High School Football Coal Scale. Again, we have no teams in the lignite grade who are looking to find a spark. It's a good thing, and that we are starting in the bituminous grade for the second straight week. Shenandoah Valley got their second straight victory, and they are number 3 in this group of teams that are ready to catch fire. The Blue Devils quarterback Ian McCole led the team on a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter for the win over Minersville. Tamaqua area, they did win, but they fell down a spot in our countdown to number 2 in this grade, and it's really nothing that they did. It's more of what Hazelton area did, and you just saw that. The Blue Raiders, however, are still hot. Running back Bud Moyer is still racking up yards. He had 123 yards rushing in Tamaqua's win over rival Panther Valley. Hazelton area finds themselves on top of the bituminous grade. Adrian Otero, the Matador, I just made that nickname up because of how he makes tacklers miss. He had over 160 yards in the Cougars win. To tell you the truth, he runs through people too, so maybe he's the bull as well. Hazelton area's offense had over 400 yards while holding Pittston area to just 62 yards. Could the Cougars eventually catch fire and find themselves in the anthracite grade? We will have to see. There was some movement in the anthracite grade this week on the FYI Coal Scale rankings, as North Schuylkill, they fell for only the third time this season, losing to Monoy area. But we'll start with Marion. They lost their second straight, but they're holding strong at that number 3 spot. They lost to 2 good teams recently, and after a rough first half in the game against Blue Mountain, they started to bounce back in the second half, but it just wasn't enough. North Schuylkill, they beat Marion 2 weeks ago to claim the top spot in our rankings, but they fell in Week 5 to Monoy area. So guess what? The Golden Bears are the gold standard right now. Last week, fullback Lenny Dolsky ran wild. This week, it was quarterback Mason Ryan, who had 296 rushing yards. And look out, Anthracite League. The Bears are on the prowl, and they eat up yards like Yogi Berra eats a picnic basket. And that, my friends, is your Week 5 Coal Scale. But we're not done yet. Here's the FYI standard speaker scoreboard right now. The Penn State Hazelton men's soccer team, they lost on Sunday to PSU Brandywine. In the latest United States Collegiate Athletic Association poll, the local Lions were number 14 in the nation. They'll look to bounce back on the road on Tuesday in a non-conference game. Hazelton area was in a water polo tournament over the weekend. The boys won 1 game, and so did the girls. The Chicago Cubs, they finished up their regular season with a sweep of the Brewers. They finished as the number 2 wildcard team in the National League, so they'll play the number 1 wildcard team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, on the road on Wednesday. The winner of that game moves on to the divisional round of the playoffs against St. Louis. Ron Marchetti is wearing orange today, and that's my preview of Trivia Treats.
Thank you to the Penn State fan who expressed their condolences to me by leaving a care package at my front door after Penn State beat Army on Saturday. Penn State pretzels, Penn State peanuts, Penn State sticky buns, and Joe Paw beer. I know who it was. Thank you, Sandy. Hi, everybody. This is Trivia Treats. 20-14 wasn't so bad, but 22-20 on Saturday night was bad. Army and Notre Dame pummeled the ball away 6 times. That's bad. You know what else is bad? If the World Series goes 6 games, they will still be playing baseball in November, and that's if there is no rain or snow. 3 years ago in 2012, Miguel Cabrera won the Triple Crown by batting .330 with 44 homers and 139 RBIs. He was the 15th player to achieve that honor. The last to earn the Triple Crown in the major leagues was Boston's Carl Yastrzemski in 1967. So Cabrera broke the 45-year Triple Crown drought. In 1969, on this day, the Mets defeated the Atlanta Braves, and the Orioles nipped the Twins in 12 innings for the first League Championship Series game in Major League Baseball. The Mets and Orioles both swept the best-of-5 series. 22 years ago today, the Washington Redskins had the Los Angeles Raiders 37-35 at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. The Redskins led 20-7 early in the third quarter, but the Raiders rallied with 28 unanswered points on 3 touchdown passes by Jim Plunkett and a 97-yard punt return from Greg Pruitt. Now trailing 35-20 with 7.5 minutes left, the Redskins staged a comeback of their own. The winning score came on a 6-yard pass from quarterback Joe Theismann to a leaping Joe Washington with 33 seconds left to win it 37-17. 35. And I talk about a weird finish. How about this one? It happened exactly 41 years ago today in 1974. Brigham Young and Colorado State tied at 33-33 before there were OTs. This game ended in considerable confusion at Fort Collins in Colorado. BYU led 33-27 with 6 seconds remaining when the Cougars fumbled. CSU recovered on BYU's 15. Colorado then tied the game on the final play of the game. The CSU players ran onto the field in celebration, drawing a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty, which was enforced on the extra point attempt. On the EP try, one of the officials raised his arms after the kick. The Ram players and fans celebrated again, believing they had won. However, that official revealed that he raised his hands to signal the end of the game and that the kick failed to make it through the uprights. The result was a 33-33 tie. Mother of God. Till Friday. Stay loose.
Mondays can be rough, but you can end them on a high note. Seafood night at Bottlenecks. Choose from crab, clam, shrimp, and lobster specials, such as their little neck clams in garlic butter, only $1.95 a dozen, or handmade crab cake platter for only $8.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Hazleton Trinity Lutheran Church, located on the corner of Hemlock and Church Streets, will be holding their annual Fall Rummage Sale Saturday, October 10th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Wagner Hall. Breakfast and lunch will also be served. And one more announcement, the Race Club of Eagle Rock is hosting their 2015 Fall Festival Car Show Saturday, October 10th at the resort. Bring your car or truck for registration between 9 a.m. and noon with a $10 fee, and every dollar goes towards special needs children. Festival has tons of trophies in many categories, plus a craft show, hay rides, pony rides, beer tent, wine tasting, food vendors, music, and children's activities. For info, just call 570-550-4565. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Frank Louis Nataro, formerly of Hazleton. Funeral is Thursday at 10:30 a.m. from the Fierro Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 5 to 8 p.m. Frank Michael Marino, formerly of Hazleton. Mass is Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the Most Precious Blood Church. Friends may call Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Walter P. Trella of Beaverbrook. Graveside service is October 17th at 11 a.m. in the St. Stephen's Roman Catholic Cemetery. No calling hours are scheduled. The Damiano Funeral Home is assisting the family. Michael Butcher of Lake Hotto. Arrangements will be announced by the Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home. And Julia Bozar, formerly of McAdoo. Arrangements will be announced by the Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Ann Gober of Barnesville, and if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Tomorrow on FYI, we have a ticket giveaway for a big Halloween event happening at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township, and that's happening this week. So watch tomorrow. We'll see you then. Take it easy, everyone.